The United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres says that South Sudan's leaders must end a civil war that has killed tens of thousands and displaced millions more. Mr. Guterres said this while visiting Ivempi settlement camp in northern Uganda, which is home to at least 120,000 people. His visit comes ahead of a summit of delegates, donors and heads of states, hoping to make a successful appeal for $2 billion to plug funding shortages for the East African country's surging refugee population. The money is meant to fund operations for 12 months from June 2017.
The leaders of the country have not deserved the people they have, and the people is suffering enormously with this endless war. It is time for the war to end. It's time for all the leaders of South Sudan to understand that they need to stop this war. And I'm very grateful for the efforts made by the heads of state of the region, the regional organization, the IGAD, efforts made by the African Union, by the United Nations itself, in order to create the conditions for peace to be reestablished. Peace in South Sudan is a must for these people to be able to have a future. Leadership of South Sudan is responsible, but we are all responsible for not having helped create the conditions for this country that emerged as a new independent country to be able to live in peace and harmony among its different community groups. I think the international community needs to do everything possible to stop this terrible suffering of the South Sudanese people.
In southern Africa, Botswana has declared 3 days of national mourning after its former president, Sir Ketumile Mazire, died at the age of 91. Sir Ketumile, who led the country from 1980 to 1998, is credited with being the architect of the country's famed stability. He was also involved in peace initiatives across Africa, including ending Mozambique's long civil war. Botswana is one of Africa's richest and most stable countries. South African President Jacob Zuma has condemned the Supreme Court ruling which allowed a secret ballot in Parliament, or which allows it in a motion of no confidence against him. The president says this will not be fair, as it's meant to help the opposition parties garner a majority they do not have. A secret ballot is seen as Zuma's critics as emboldening lawmakers from his own party to support his ouster by shielding them from pressure. Mr. Zuma has been under constant pressure over several corruption allegations and a controversial cabinet reshuffle that saw his widely respected finance minister, Pravin Gordhan, fired.